Hello, this is Danny with Skin Harmonics, the very first Medi-Holistic skin resurfacing method, skincare line, and methodology. And today I want to talk about sunscreen safety with different ingredients and just how important it is that we reduce our toxic chemical load and allow our bodies and help our bodies to detox, and that we open up all of the pathways for detoxification. And of course, skin falls right into line with that, because that's essentially what the Skin Harmonics method does, is that it opens the pathway, the detox pathway of our skin, and allows our skin to move stuff through it the way that it was born to do. So several things I wanted to mention before moving on. My mom passed away, which has been really hard for me. I'm having a hard time with it, honestly, and I'm moving kind of slow over here. I'm doing my best to keep up with orders and to keep making content. I will be taking a break the first week of October to go and be in Kentucky, where they're having a family memorial, a family reunion, excuse me, and they're going to be giving her a small memorial at that family reunion. So hang in there with me as I go through this pretty big life change. I'm so close with my mom, and I miss her so much already. Okay, so let's dive into sunscreens and toxicity. And something interesting that hit the news recently. Well, it's been hitting the news all year long, and I've been paying a little more attention to current events lately. And Jimmy Buffett died. And everybody loves his music, incredible artist. We all love his work so much. And he died from Merkel cell carcinoma, which is a rare form of skin cancer. And I wanted to sort of just tease this out and connect the dots about how everything's connected. And I wanted to just sort of connect the dots with how this plays out for people. So this type of skin cancer is caused by a weakened immune system that allows a certain virus to take hold. And then that, combined with everything else, is what helps this really rare type of cancer form on our skin, and it's not sun related. And something else that came out recently is about toxic sunscreens. This hit the news maybe a month ago, and all of a sudden it's like been scientifically proven now that chemical sunscreens are toxic and create bad situations for skin and can actually cause cancer. So I think we're in this place in time where we have to find a way to open our detoxification pathways and at the same time reduce our own toxicity and the toxicity that we're pushing out into the world, like as a species. And I want to go over what our detoxification organs are. They are our liver, our kidneys, our lungs, and our skin. And the interesting thing about skin is it's also a big part of our immune system. And of course, these toxins make it in through our body through air, water, food, cleaning products, personal care products. And beyond this, it's important to understand that our skin and our body just creates toxins as normal and natural life processes. So not only do we have to open our pathways to detox environmental toxins, but we inherently have to detox ourselves, like all of the stuff that's happening within our bodies. And this requires open pathways and daily detoxification in all of the little ways so that things aren't building up in our bodies. And of course, this follows through to how skin is as well. And so all of these things, cleaning products, food, the air, the chemicals in our air, all of that adds up, and it creates what's called a toxic load. on an individual. And this is something that each one of us has, and it's up to ourselves as individuals to manage this toxic load and make intelligent choices to make sure we can get this as low as possible given the state of our environment, which is not ideal. And so that's, for starters, that's getting it's like not eating processed foods, getting a water filter in place, using, essential oils aren't good for our faces, but they're really excellent to clean with. So that and vinegar making our own cleansers, disinfectants and household cleansers is important. And then, of course, getting rid of all of the toxic food, all the processed foods, white sugar, flours, sodas, all those. There's so many processed foods on the market. And I also wanted to go ahead and just list the ingredients that are in chemical sunscreens, that you should, when you're looking for a sunscreen, make sure that you're not getting. And it is oxybenzoin. And this is an endocrine disruptor, as they all are. And usually this is in formulations at about 6% in America. And what has been said is okay in America is that 2.2% is okay. But most are at 6%. And of course, this is not reef safe. So oxybenzoin, no. Octazidate, which is, didn't say that right, but it's an octyl cinnamate. And that disrupts metabolics. And of course, that's not reef safe either. And that disrupts our endocrine system as well. So those are the two main ones. But there's also homosalate and octosalate and octocrylene and avobenzene. So these are all, and they're listed out in the newsletter, these are all not okay for sunscreens. And what is okay is mineral-based, non-nano, zinc or titanium. So not the kind, like those are minerals that if you inhale them, they're really bad for your lungs. So in an aerosol, you don't want that unless you're far outside and spraying it away, because you don't want to inhale those small minerals. But in a paste that is non-nano and is using those minerals is really good for our really good protector, sunscreen protector, especially for people that work outside or spend a lot of time outside. I mean, I think this is sort of a hot topic, and I've avoided it for a long time because people are like, oh, love sunscreen, hate sunscreen, sunscreen's toxic, all this. Yeah, chemical sunscreen is toxic and nobody should be using it. I've never sold a chemical sunscreen. It should all be mineral based. It should not be inhaled in an aerosol. And for people that work outdoors and spend a lot of time outdoors, which used to be me, like we really do need some sun protection. And it's using it on high exposure areas like our face, our neck, our hands. I love vitamin D. I love to get out and get vitamin D. I encourage people to, but it's completely unnecessary to be using our face and our hands and our neck as that solar panel, because it's going to get so much over a lifetime, too much over a lifetime anyways. And let's see, what else? I think that's mostly it. I did want to mention that Ultra Pure Cosmetics sells clean makeup. My favorite one closed down a few months ago, still heartbroken around that, but Ultra Pure Cosmetics is out of Colorado and they're doing some clean makeup, which is great, and it's hard to find. And furthermore, clean sunscreens are hard to find. So I have hand-picked 4 of them that I sell, and one of them, I admit, isn't clean. It's that Tizo one that I sell. It's got the microplastic in it, dimethicone. So, but at least I tell you guys about it, which is so surprising to me is that I so often have clients have me look at their sunscreen and it's not clean. It's not clean by a long stretch. It's got microplastics, it's got chemical sunscreens. But what advertisers has learned to do is to highlight the really good, non-toxic ingredients and do a distraction game and then say it's natural because those ingredients are natural. It's exactly what happens with food. Like, sure, this food item might have that one ingredient, but look what else is in it. So the exact same thing is happening with sunscreens. And to bring it home again to our skin, and I mean, I'm not a functional medicine doctor. I encourage everybody to get one, to have one, and to use Google search. Like, if you don't know about an ingredient, you can so easily get on and ask Google, synthetic or natural. It'll tell you. I most of the time see and can recognize a lot of ingredients because I've been doing this for so long, but every now and again I see one that's not, and I just get on Google and I do 1 or 2 searches to make sure that the information is consistent, but it'll tell you. And so I encourage everybody to do that for themselves. And then I guess this final, bringing all of this together, because this newsletter is a little bit of a mashup of understanding that we have to use clean products, we have to create less toxicity in our environment, reduce our toxic load, open up all of our pathways so that we can cope and with all of the toxins. And that's what the Skin Harmonics method does for our skin, is that it gets our skin into that optimized place where the acid mantle is intact and it's functioning properly as part of our immune system, and it's able to release on a daily basis and be in that rightful motion of having self-cleansing, healthy skin, and it's not getting bogged down, and that pathway is open. So I think that's what I wanted to say. And again, thank you for people that have reached out to me around my mom's passing. And I will say I had this moment when I was with her at the very end after she had passed where I had so much appreciation for every imperfection on her skin. You guys know me, my eye goes there because that's what I do. But there was just such beauty and such grace in her passing, and so much appreciation for every little bump, every little freckle on her skin. And we do our best. We take care of ourselves, we take care of our bodies, we do everything for our skin, and then our skin is just what it is. And I'm really glad that I had that time with her. And I will probably put out another newsletter in 2 to 3 weeks. I try to do 2 weeks, but I'm moving a little slow these days, so please understand. And I will see you all